from me to you, sports talk. What you expect? It ain't about who said it first. It's about who got it right. So I want to welcome everybody back to another great episode of From Me to You Sports Talk. Like I always say, if you stumbled upon this video, then you are in the right place. I'm here today with my boy, Stanton. Man, it's a pleasure having you on the show, man.
It's good, brother. It was good. It was good with you.
So just talking to you, you told me that you're an avid boxer watcher.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How do you feel about the Floyd fight? First, we're going to talk about the Floyd and McGregor fight, and then we're going to go to the... Actually, no. We're going to go to the Triple G and Canelo fight, because I think Triple G won that fight, and I don't have the best... I'm not going to say that I have the most expertise when it comes to boxing,
right.
But for one... I feel that Canelo punches never affected Triple G. I think Canelo was the better boxer, definitely. I'll definitely say Canelo did outbox Triple G. I think Triple G came forward the whole fight, definitely. And a funny thing about it is, I said, when it was in the 8th round, I said Canelo going to win the last 4 rounds, and then they're going to say it's a draw.
Yeah, right. Right.
And I'm like, Triple G, why didn't you win? You couldn't win one more round. So it kind of got a lot of people wonder. I'm like, is boxing rigged or not? Because I know you told me that you have been boxing for a long time, which we're going to get into, and you're going to let some of the people know. How did you feel about this Canelo fight?
Man, to be honest with you, I would have to disagree as far as him losing the last 4 rounds. I think round 11, he definitely showed me that he was
Triple G.
Triple G.
So you gave Triple G?
I gave Triple G round 11 of those last 4, undoubtedly.
Okay.
Like, I don't think there's even a discussion about
all right, see, okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it's no reason why you would ever have that draw if we can establish that from the 4th round on, he was the better boxer. As far as CompuBox, as far as from the eye test, I mean, whatever you wanted to go by, he was definitely the better boxer. So he did win.
So coming into this fight, who did you expect to win? Did you expect
Triple G all day? Too big, too strong.
I see that. It's like none of his punches affected him. He was literally and Canelo was hitting him with some of the meanest counter punches ever, but it didn't matter at all.
Let me hold on. When a guy's been fighting 160 his whole life, and you jump up there for 2 times, maybe, like that's your 2nd time ever at 160, he has a clear and decided advantage at that point. There's nothing that you're going to be able to really do unless you have some sort of punching power that exceeds your normal weight limit. That's the only way that you're going to be able to affect that.
So you already said coming into this fight, you already expected Triple G to do this into it.
Disadvantage.
Do you want to see a rematch?
I think Canelo won me over, to be honest with you. I think that he carried his weight well, but just not well enough. So you give him another 9 months, maybe 6 months. I'm not sure how long they're going to take. And I think he could be ready and at that level power-wise with Triple G. Maybe. I'm saying would work.
I really don't want to see a rematch. I think this time Triple G just might knock him out, because I don't think his punches is going to affect Triple G. And it was crazy. I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, man, Triple G, his defense... I mean, it isn't Floyd-like at all.
No.
And he'll just come forward to him. He's like, what did he say? He said he wanted that old boxing match. He wanted to sit there and slug with you. And he got He got crazy power. And I know a lot of guys was like, man, how is this a draw? And you know what? I'm going to say this. I think Floyd stole some of their juice. I think the promoters realized that, man, Floyd and McGregor, you know what? They really promoted this very well. And honestly... At first, I didn't want to see the Floyd and McGregor. I was like, man, I'm not trying to see UFC versus boxing, but it was a brilliant idea because it brought 2 fan bases together. Was it good for boxing? I think I'm gonna say this. Now, if Floyd would have lost, that would have been very bad for boxing, because then you would have had fans saying, "Oh, Mike Tyson would have got beat up by Ken Shamrock" or stuff like that. So I think boxing had more to lose, but really, I think I was more drawn in with the whole Floyd and McGregor antics for real. And this Triple G fight, I was like, I'll get it, but I really wasn't that excited to really watch it.
That's a very casual fan perspective, to be honest with you. To be real honest, it's a casual fan perspective, because the spectacle as opposed to the actual boxing and what the criteria is for proficient boxing and real boxing as far as getting back to the root of what it is as far as technically, like we ain't talking about spectacles, we're talking about technical ability. Can you get in here? Can you perform as a boxer should in all levels, conditioning, everything?
Okay.
Can you? One fight gave you that, obviously. Another fight was clearly on the opposite end of that spectrum as far as a spectacle. That's just what it was. And if you bought it,
makes sense.
It was because you were more into the hype as opposed to technical boxing.
That's true.
This was a boxing fight for real sweet science loving individuals.
Okay.
As far as the Triple G fight.
Did you purchase the fight?
I did not.
The full.
But
you didn't purchase it?
No, I did not. Definitely not purchase it.
You said,
I didn't even.
You already knew. You already knew. I know because at first I told myself I was like, okay. I'm not going to get the fight. But as time got closer, the fight date was about to happen. I was like, you know what? I got to get this fight. I got to watch it because I know Floyd is going to beat him.
They pulled you in.
I know they did. And they got me. And I knew because I already knew. Like, I was like, Floyd is going to beat this guy. Like, there's no way McGregor's going to beat him.
Easily.
And, yeah, they wound up giving me so... If you had I'm not even going to ask you to rank your all-time favorite fighter. But if you had to say one fighter who would be your favorite, what fighter would that be?
Man, one fighter is my favorite of all time. I would have to go weight classes, man. It's tough. But if I had to choose one guy that I'm going to come in with at his prime, we're talking about his prime level.
Prime.
Sugar Ray Robinson, no doubt.
Sugar Ray Robinson,
Undoubtedly. If we going off of that.
Okay.
Pure.
So tell me this: how long have you been boxing? Because I know we talked before, and you told me that you said that was like a passion for you. You said since you were 5 years old.
I was 5 years old. I would watch VHS tapes with my uncle, and we would discuss and dissect every single.
Is he a trainer? Is
he a legitimate trainer? Has trained people all over KCMO, Kansas City, Missouri. Shout out, by the way.
The Midwestern home of boxing, definitely.
Connected. You know what it is. He's been doing this his whole life, basically. I mean, we always was into the fisticuffs. I mean, we didn't care about how good you can do other things. We want to see how good was you with your hands. I don't want to talk. I ain't trying to shoot. We gonna fight. You know what I mean? It's gotten different now, but
yeah,
in the '90s, that's what you got your stripes off of. Was how can you box? How can you fight with your hands? So when we got into a gym and we understood that we could get real knowledge, it sucked me in.
Okay.
From about 8, 7 on up, I was in the gym till about 13, 14 when I had to kind of, gravitate more towards the football, basketball aspect,
And boxing is your favorite sport, so you would take boxing over football, basketball. Is that sport, or is it like it's head to head?
I respect boxers more than I respect football and any other sport players. As far it don't even matter what level, what
they put their life on the line.
It's crazy. I mean, they're gladiators, man. I mean, and you got to be a different type of dude to want to partake in that. Period.
Okay. So on your off time, what are some things you do besides watching boxing and stuff? What is something that you like to, indulge in and stuff?
Oh, man. I mean, I read a ton, man. I do the...
Okay, sports-wise. What is something you do?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we work out. I mean, I'm a coach in my spare time as well.
Let's talk about that. Who are you coaching?
Brandon Ravens, excuse me.
Brandon Ravens in Florida.
Ravens, TBYFL, Brandon Ravens, all day.
And what made you want to get into coaching? What is it? Pop Warner, I guess?
No, TBYFL is its own organization. It's a county-led organization, Hillsborough County, basically something else. Age groups 11, 12, and 13, depending on weights.
Okay. And do you feel like you can make more of a change in a kid's life at that age, whereas reaching them in high school is that the reason that you wanted to actually start at a young age and give back to the kids?
Well, definitely, man, because you got to start in the grassroots before you just jump up there and decide you're gonna play at that high school level and any further. So it all starts with the training, with the proper teaching. And the understanding of the game that you're going to receive at that grassroots level.
What do you coach? What side of the ball do you coach?
I'm definitely an offensive-minded coach. Played offense all my life. I mean, that's what I do.
Okay, so you like to score.
No doubt.
So I have a question right here. And this is something that I've always realized. It's kind of crazy that when we watch these college football teams, you never see, why can't you have an Alabama offense? I'm sorry. Why can't you have Oregon when they had Chip Kelly? Why can't you have an Oregon offense and an Alabama defense? It just doesn't mix. For some reason, I sit back and I look. All those little finesse teams, their defense matches that same, tempo.
Are we talking now or are we talking like all time? What are we talking?
Recently. I mean, you can go back farther if you think that you can actually shed some light and actually inform me on.
I mean, we can go back to like 2002 Miami. I mean, you're talking Ed Reed. You're talking Antrell Roll.
Yeah, but that was more of a pro-style offense, though.
I'm saying they averaged 35 points.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. And then now we also got a game change. It's more shotgun and stuff like that. And I feel, and as a coach, I'm pretty sure you can actually, touch on this more. How come it seems like these college quarterbacks are not as prepared? Is it the spread offense? Is it because a lot of times, I'm not even going to say college. When these guys go to the NFL, it's like, I've said this plenty of times. There's 32 NFL teams, but it's not even 10 good. There's not even 10 really, 5-star quarterbacks. If we was ranking them 1 through 5.
Elite quarterbacks.
Elite. Right. Better word. Elite. I'm going to say Tom Brady, and this is no order. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Big Ben, Drew Brees, and 1A maybe Matt Ryan.
You're not going to throw Russell Wilson in there? No.
1A, Russell Wilson, Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers. I think if Phillip Rivers was on a better team, he would have probably won something by now, possibly.
I can agree with that.
I'm a big Cam Newton fan as well. Am I going to throw him in a 1A?
I'm not, but okay.
You're not a Cam Newton fan?
I am not a Cam Newton fan.
Why don't you like Cam Newton?
Several reasons. Won't get too heavy. Obviously, won't get too heavy. But
why don't you care for his game? Is it the accuracy?
I just feel like the progression hasn't been there. I just feel like his progression is not there. It's either a home run ball or he's taking off a lot of times when he could check down. Mm-hmm. Or I'm looking for Greg Olsen right now.
Oh, man, that's his target.
I'm gone.
That's his target.
Oh, he's not there? I'm taking off. And that's not really what I need out of my franchise quarterback.
Could that be because remember when he came in the league and he threw for over 400-some yards on Arizona? The first game, he killed Arizona and he didn't have receivers. So could that be just, I've had Olsen and I can trust him?
Steve Smith.
Okay, yes, Steve Smith. Yes.
Steve Smith is an all-pro Hall of Famer now.
Steve Smith.
Don't disrespect that man, right?
No, Steve Smith.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
He had Steve Smith, but who else did Cam Newton really have? And now it's more like he trusts his legs more than he probably does trust his arm, which you was actually, talking about. You said that maybe he should check it down at time. And that Super Bowl threw me I couldn't believe it. When I seen the way he played in that Super Bowl, I was disappointed because I'm like, Ted Ginn, they couldn't Talib and Harris couldn't do nothing with Ted Ginn at all. And I think it being Cam Newton's first Super Bowl, I think he was very anxious. Cam was
shook.
Very, and he was overthrowing a ball.
Yes.
I was like, he didn't die. I don't care. You got to break your hand for that ball. For that ball right there, you have to break your hand.
I would say it wasn't even that part. It was the part that he got slow. He was slower to the ball than the other guy was. It ain't even how he went after the football. It was that he didn't want.
He thought about it. He was
he thought too much about that ball.
Yeah, like no dive, no effort.
I'm all out. I'm selling out for that ball.
All right. So back to your coaching style. If you had to choose a style, so who do you study and who do you gather plays from? Because I'm pretty sure you played in high school.
Played in high school, yes sir.
So what is your offense like? Is it more of a pro style offense? Is it more of a spread style offense?
We're definitely a spread y'all. We want to get our athletes in space, which is pretty much the philosophy of new age offense and actually old age offense as well.
How do you feel about Urban Meyer?
I feel like Urban Meyer he has to have a very talented dual threat quarterback in order for his system to actually work the way that he wants it to work. And he has to have a wild card athlete such as a Percy Harvin, such as a Samuel. He needs a guy like that who can literally be your Swiss Army knife and plug into that role. If he doesn't have that, then he can veer towards mediocre as far as offense goes.
Do you think Nick Saban is the best college football coach?
No, I do not. I think Nick Saban has the best recruiting program in the
Who's the best college football coach to you then if you don't think it's Nick Saban?
Coach, it's very tough to say.
When it talks about discipline, when it talks about what he gets out of his players, no matter what?
I mean, when you talk about getting out of somebody, what are you getting out of the number one player in the nation in his position every year?
Well, it's a lot of players who are number one players who don't show up and do what they should do.
Plugging and playing them. I mean, he has a plethora of these guys. It ain't like that one guy who's a 5-star guy. No, all of these guys are 5-star. That's the motivation within itself. If you don't play well, I have a 5-star guy right behind you that we can easily plug.
So you saying if they swap in? Hold on. Actually, because I was about to say Les Miles. Les Miles was a guy who I've been hard on because this guy, when we talk about LSU player, I want y'all to. There's no reason LSU should have lost Alabama all those years. We talk about ODB on one team, Jarvis Landry on one team, Jeremy Hill on one team.
Yes, sir.
We go to the defense.
Russell Shepard there too.
Tyrann Mathieu on the defense. Yeah. The boys had Claiborne. They had Peterson. Like, it's no way. So
Eric Reed as well.
Eric Reed, Mingo. So no, LSU. When we talk about coaches who should have delivered with 5-star athletes, it's not that easy. Les Miles didn't do it.
Les Miles didn't do it because Les Miles never had a proficient quarterback, sir. Name one quarterback from those teams that was serviceable.
Okay, from that team right there. Okay.
One.
I didn't care for none of them.
Name one who got any time in the NFL.
I didn't even care for none of them.
Name one who got some clock in the NFL.
No, he didn't have Jamar. I'm sorry. That was 07. That was
Nick Saban.
Yeah, that was Saban. My bad. I'm sorry. Nick Saban. He did. I didn't care for it, but that's on him. You need to bring in these recruits. This is LSU. And I see not only LSU.
Well, I said recruit program, by the way.
True.
Nick Saban.
LSU, Florida Gators, Auburn Tigers are the epitome of I'm going to have a great defense. I'm going to have special teams.
No doubt. Athletes.
But guess what?
Everywhere. Yeah.
Guess what? My quarterback is going to be he's going to be kind of iffy. And that's the trend that's been going on with, especially Auburn just played Clemson. Auburn had that game. Auburn could have beat Clemson. 6-13. Auburn went up 6-0. Clemson wound up coming back, of course, beat them, and Clemson is very good. Yeah. By the way, Clemson is well coached. To lose all that to the NFL.
I'm hard on Dabo, by the way, but
you like
no, I do not like that.
You don't like Dabo Swinney?
I don't like Dabo.
He's a player's coach. What don't you like about Dabo Swinney?
He's came out a few times against his players in the media, by the way. Two, I feel as if he has underperformed. If he didn't win that championship, this last one, he was going to be on the hot seat. At one time, this man had DeAndre Hopkins, Sammy Watkins, and Martavis Bryant.
And that's what made the quarterback look so good.
And C.J. Spiller. And Andre.
Right. And
I'm talking about Andre from the Cardinals as well. Andre Ellington as well.
Okay, see. I remember the
Josh Boyd at quarterback. Broke all the ACC records. Why can you not win football?
Defense. They're defense. Now, we know Clemson would put up points, but again, West Virginia. I think it was that bowl game years ago. West Virginia put up like 60 on Taj Boyd and them. Right. They got thrashed, but that was the problem. Now it seemed like maybe it's trending because evidently this is the same offense, but now he has a much better defense than he did in a lot of in 2010 and 9 and 8 and 7 and stuff like that. But
I think when you talk about talent, man, and having talent and underachieving, there are people who do that. And then there are people who recruit to where it's almost foolproof, which is why you have the same two teams a lot of times that are kind of in that upper echelon. Especially right now, we have Clemson and you have Alabama. Their recruiting has escalated ridiculously in the past 5 years as far as Clemson goes. That's why they've been able to reach that top tier and stay there.
But it's about getting on primetime TV and a lot of things. And they also deliver. So it's not like they're getting recruits because Georgia Bulldogs, Clemson delivered.
Last year. That's the first time they delivered ever was last year since 1988.
Okay, but they've been pretty consistent. Clemson has been consistent.
Consistently Clemsoning. That was a term, Clemsoning.
Oh, for real?
Which meant you were blowing the game.
See, so you were blowing the chances. You just taught me something. I didn't even know that.
You don't get that for accident.
I didn't even know that. So you've been an offensive coach. How do you feel about this Sam Darnold guy from USC?
Sam Darnold is probably going to be an NFL superstar.
Did you see that game?
Very likely. Which one?
The USC versus Texas.
Yes.
I just happened to flick it on because that was not a fight. Right. That was actually not a fight.
Right.
I'm watching this guy. I'm like, man, his check down. His reads, I'm like, arm.
Quick reads, too.
I'm like, but you know what? That's all fine and dandy until you go up against Nick Saban. Nick Saban going to come in town. Eventually, if they get a chance to play, and they might make him look like a shell of himself, but that has happened to quarterback. That don't mean that you won't go to the NFL and do your thing. Of course not, because Aaron Rodgers done got his butt whooped before, and we've seen what happened. So
Matthew Stafford.
That's not that, but you did say that you do like Sam Darnold.
I do like Sam Darnold. I think he has extreme potential. I think he's athletic enough to affect the game, running as RPOs, as far as run pass options. I think he can perform all of those.
Okay,
as a dual threat quarterback.
Do you think the pocket quarterback is dead? Because I said this. I said Tom Brady will be the last great pocket quarterback. If you have no mobility in the NFL, you won't make it. I stand by that. I believe it. No pocket quarterback will go to the NFL and just stand there like this and be able to really win a Super Bowl and get his team anywhere because, for one, our defensive line is too fast. Yes, I understand. Y'all probably like, well, what are you talking about? Tom Brady gets the ball out of his hand, but, that offense is catered. Real quick throws to Edelman. Really quick throws and stuff like that. And at times I'll watch Tom and I'm like, Tom, you have to run. Tom, it's wide open. Just pick up 5 yards. And I really appreciate when Tom does that. When he'll bring the ball and just run, I'm like, thank you. Make them respect it because you've seen what the Falcons are doing. We know. I'm a Patriots fan. The Falcons should have blew them off the field in the Super Bowl. Right. The Chiefs, what they do? They said, we're going to go man-to-man. We got Eric Berry on Gronk. Eric Berry also played the best defense that I've seen on Gronk by himself.
Eric Berry is the best football player in the world to me. I like Eric Berry. KCMO, I'm biased.
Okay, all right.
He's the best player in the world to me.
Eric Berry is the man.
And a story to tell, by the way.
I do like Eric Berry, but we seen what they did. Man-to-man. And we're going to turn our back on you. We're just going to send 4 at you. The Giants was able to do it. We know if you get pressure on the quarterback, that's it right there, especially Tom Brady. But if you have more of a dual threat quarterback, you can't turn your back on Russell Wilson, who is another one of my favorite quarterbacks. Russell Wilson, I'm running.
See, when it comes to offense and quarterbacks, man, the relationship has to be symbiotic. It has to be suited for that particular quarterback and that particular with the particular players that he has around him. It has to be suited. If it's not, it's gonna have that herky-jerky style where it's like hit or miss. Russell Wilson right now, by the way, is going through it. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. 100 yards passing last week, that's not gonna get it done. That's not Super Bowl level. That's not Tom Brady. He has a system that's different. And when we talk about rushing quarterback, Tom Brady, man, has the most rushing touchdowns as far as quarterbacks go in the past 5 years on quarterback sneaks. He does that. He has
mastered that.
He does that.
It's funny, when I'm 4 from 1, I'm like, y'all know what's coming.
He's gonna get it. He
can sneak very good. He sneaks really, really good. And
I gotta disagree with y'all. Can I interject? I gotta disagree with you. I want to hear about the whole
talk to me.
Pocket quarterbacks being dead. I gotta disagree, man. I have to.
Our D-line is way too fast. We got D-linemen running 4.7, 4.6. So did the offensive linemen get
been running 4.7s and 4.6s for a long time, though. Since Tom Brady been in the league. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but they're only getting faster. They're only getting stronger. Of course, they're only getting bigger. Yeah.
The offense is getting more sophisticated as well.
Sophisticated as in
we're getting the ball out of your hands quicker. Depending on
it depends. Okay, all right.
Who the coach is. Certain coaches, Adam Gase. Let's look at Adam Gase, his philosophy. That he has made Kirk Cousins look like Pro Bowl, let's pay him $25 million because of the get the ball out of your hands quick scheme. This kid is not $25 million.
So you said no. You said if you the GM, you're not giving. You didn't say Kirk Cousins, you got to go.
Never. And is Kirk Cousins mobile?
He is. He's mobile enough. Yes.
Kirk Cousins don't move.
Kirk Cousins can move.
He can move, but he
can't move.
How many? And when he does move, it's ill-advised.
That's like Andy Dalton's mobile. He can move.
You don't want to move. If I'm the coach of the Bengals, I don't want him moving.
You know what's funny? I've said this about mobility, and it's kind of crazy. And let me know if you think that I'm saying something kind of outlandish.
I got you.
I said with Tom Brady, I wouldn't blitz him. I want Tom Brady. I'm sorry. I will blitz Tom Brady. I don't want him to throw from the pocket. With Aaron Rodgers, who many consider as the best quarterback,
gets outside of you.
He does, but guess what? I want to keep him in a pocket. You don't want Aaron Rodgers. This guy literally can throw left, can run left, and throw all the way over there 50. We've seen that Dallas throw, and and some of the throws he makes, he sit back. You just look, he be like, only Aaron Rodgers can do this. And it's like you can't even be mad because the things he does, and he's fast too. So if you do try to, drop 7, run 4, you say, okay, all right, I'm just going to run. I'll just run for 20-something yards.
Yeah,
you do. Yeah. So that's very big right there. Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, he got a different style of offense as well. You got the 2 big boys on the outside, which Jordy Nelson's a big boy. He runs fast. He wants to get the ball up high.
It's crazy. How does this guy get so open, I guess, from route running?
Well, he
got some speed too.
I'm like 3.840. I mean, that's what he came out as.
Jordy Nelson. He does not look that
6'3", 220.
That's right, because he's so big. That's why I'm like, this guy does not look
different
like that to me. Yeah. And that answered my question: why Jordy Nelson has gotten open so much. Okay, I'm gonna ask you this: Odell Beckham. I think this is a guy who I think he has great route running, has great hands, very marketable.
Okay.
If you're the owner, are you giving him a bigger contract than what's the Antonio Brown? Antonio Brown.
Man,
look, you got to keep in mind. Look what he brings to that Giants.
I'm with you. It's hard to not pay him. It's hard to not give him that accolade, man, because the kid has put up ridiculous numbers. And when the kid's not there, you can clearly see that he affects the game and the offense in a monumental way. I mean, you can't get anything done without him moving the chains on 3rd and 7. You can't. Who else is going to do it? Sterling Shepard's not going to do it. Brandon Marshall's not going to catch the ball.
I mean, to be honest with you,
he's not going to catch the ball. Man. You got to have a guy that's going to draw double coverage and make them play umbrella coverage.
So he makes Eli Manning, is what you're saying. I think so, too.
Very easy.
And this is my problem because Eli Manning is going to the Super Bowl because he beat Tom Brady. The Super Bowl, I'm sorry. Eli Manning is going to the Hall of Fame because he beat Tom Brady twice. He is not a Hall of Fame quarterback. Eli does not deserve in a Hall, and I've been saying this forever. There's no way. There's no way you mean to tell me this guy.
What's your criteria? What marks him off the list?
Led the NFL interceptions about 3 times for one.
So Brett Favre's out.
Is Brett Favre out? Wait, hold on. You gotta let me finish.
You gotta
let me finish now. I think if you give Brett Favre, and I know he had Freeman, Brett Favre has had weapons. I think Sharp. Sharp. Now, I'm about to talk about the whole Brett Favre and Eli because you just threw a good little curveball into my what's the name. So now I got to, because Brett Favre is actually one of my favorite quarterbacks. So it probably sounds like I'm speaking from biasness now when I say that because you just threw a little curveball. I'll take Brett Favre over Eli. I mean, I think Brett Favre has a lot of heart, of course, and Eli does too. I think he has a record right now for consecutive games played or whatnot.
By a quarterback, maybe, I believe.
By a quarterback started without.
Don't quote me on that, but I think so.
Yeah, it's something along them lines, but I'm taking Brett Favre over Eli Manning. You got to think about, and then another thing, which kind of probably really doesn't matter, but Brett Favre didn't get to choose where he went. I don't like how Eli came in the NFL and they did that. Oh no, you're not drafting my son. My son goes over. It's like, come on now.
It's business at the end of the day, man. If I can decide my environment, everybody man. Do that, man. Why would you? Why would I discourage that? If you got the power, which he obviously
that's crazy,
did,
but that's all calls from comes. You could say that comes from being privileged. How many of I'm pretty sure inner city kids, they just like, hey, I just want to go to the NFL and I want to, provide for my family. I want to provide for my mom, get her a better house.
Right.
You get Eli Manning. You know what? Forget all that. I'm going. I want to pick my team too, where I'm going to play at. Like, come on, really? It's like, but then again, you said it's a business, so if you can do it, why not do it?
I'm not mad at him because he can do it, and I can't. I'm mad at the system that is disallowing me to be able to be in his position. But I hate the man for his position. That's just.
I've said this too.
He ain't controlling that.
I said, now let me know how you feel about it. I said I think the Super Bowl winning team shouldn't pick last in the draft. I really believe this, and y'all probably look at me crazy. If I was the commissioner, I'd say this gonna motivate y'all to win. Y'all better stop tanking because guess what? Super Bowl winning team gets the automatic 10th pick every year in the draft. They get the 10th pick.
While punishing for being great.
Yeah, like I'm not about to make you pick last.
Gotcha.
Although you can find, you can find a diamond rough anywhere. Like that's what I tell people. Whether you go to University of Miami or you go to Citadel or you go to Southwestern Illinois State, you can go to the NFL from anywhere because they're gonna find you. As long as you get it in. You ain't got nothing to really worry about.
No doubt. I had a kid play with us at Missouri Southern State, man. Ryan Barb. He's second round draft pick out of a Division II school. But once again, he was 6'4", 320 pounds, and could dunk a basketball and could walk on his hands.
Okay,
so he ran a 4.7 40. So he made for a great left tackle.
So, left tackle. Yeah. You said 280?
No, he was 320 pounds.
300. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I done.
People like that.
Shedded about 100 pounds off this guy.
They'll go.
So you played in college. Why?
1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
Did you have dreams on going to the NFL?
Like everybody, man. Was I talented enough to make it to the NFL? Not sure. Maybe a ball bounces here, an opportunity comes there. If I don't act a fool like I did and, show my immaturity at the time, maybe.
Okay, so seeing what you see from all these concussions, because I'm a big advocate for this, definitely, about the whole, I think NFL players should definitely get paid way more. If I'm going to go out there and put my life on the line and do all this stuff, and I know people probably at home listen, talk about something, what do you mean? You guys already getting $millions, but nah, that million ain't none compared to them owners, compared to what them owners can really pay. And then you're not giving them guaranteed contracts. Right. It's like, come on. Like, they can't get a guaranteed contract on top of that. That's kind of crazy. So knowing what you know now, if you was able, because you said you got a son, right?
Yeah.
Son.
Yep.
Would you want him? Do you want him to play high school, play college, and possibly?
I want him to do whatever he wants to do. And if he's in, which means that you're making the sacrifice, which means that you understand what comes with playing this game. Got to be a different type of person to play this game. And if you're not, you're going to get exposed real quick. And it's not going to be for you, and you're going to waste your time. And that's what I tell him.
Okay.
If he's all in, I'm all in. If he's not, I'm not.
So you said no playing game. You said no half stepping. Nah. If you gonna be a football player,
let's do it.
You better go out there and
let's get it.
And really, okay.
I'm here to bust people in their mouth.
And does he play right now? Does he play on the team you coach right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Starting center and starting outside linebacker right now.
Okay, so he big. I take it there.
Not that big, but talented.
Got a lot of heart.
Got a lot of heart, man, and he has technique. Well, I teach technique. I don't care how big you are. If you got technique, you can hang. At least. Now, how big you are as opposed to that, as far as the sliding scale, will determine your success a lot of times.
Okay. I know we talked about quarterbacks in the system. Remember Colin Kaepernick with, was it 14 or 12 when they actually went to Super Bowl? I think 14.
I believe 14.
The year 14. They were Ray Lewis and them won it.
Yep.
He was in a great system right there. How do you feel about the whole them pushing out Harbaugh? Because Harbaugh had something going with that team. The 49ers deep, and you seen after that, it's like a couple players retired.
Right.
From that team. They walked away from it too. Like, well, I'm done. But it's like the owners really pushed this guy out, and then you're asking Kaepernick. That's like if you ask Peyton Manning to run an option offense or put him in that, like, you said something that's right, and I'm pretty sure everybody should know that. You have to be in the right system. What system matched for you? And that was perfect. That's why I thought the Seahawks would pick him up.
Right.
But another point I wanted to go back on was the whole Marshawn Lynch thing. I think they lost a lot of. I think Seahawks, and the reason why Russell Wilson is struggling so much is because they've changed the dynamic so much. It's not power no more. I'm used to seeing the Seahawks from power offense. They got that running back Marshawn. Remember when they had Ricky Waters and all them guys back then? But
Alexander,
Sean came in Sean. But it was running, and that defense fed off of that. The Legion of Boom was scary. Now nobody's scared of them no more because
still scared.
Their mindset. Oh yeah, they hit you. They hit you. Cam Chester. They hit you. Earl Thomas. But they lost that mystique. They definitely did.
A little bit. I don't know, man. I think that they made some miscalculations along the line as far as their GM.
So you saying that was a bad play in the Super Bowl when they threw that pass right there?
No, I'm talking about personnel at that moment. We all know that was the ridiculous move to not hand the ball to beast mode. We all know.
I just knew he was about to.
We know. We only got to talk about that. I'm talking about the fact that you paid Jimmy Graham the money that you paid him, and then you let a guy go.
You can't say that
who's on your offensive line.
Hold on, Stan. You can't say that now because
I can.
No, did you not see what Jimmy Graham was doing with New Orleans? Did you not see what he was doing with the Saints?
Was doing with New Orleans. Why? Because we can't do that if Russell Wilson is on his back. I can't do what Drew Brees was doing. If I'm on my back. Mm-hmm. I mean, what am I going to do? I need to invest in my power running game that's got me to the Super Bowls that we were winning, that we were participating in.
So you're saying that shifted everything, and it was over from there. And it's like it never even it's still. I'm like, is Jimmy Graham actually out there at all? I look and I'm like, where is Jimmy Graham? Because I'm like, supposed to be a big target.
I'll tell you where he is. He's running a route and watching Russell Wilson run for his life.
That's true.
Not able to set his feet and throw the football.
And he can improvise. Russell Wilson probably improvises the best, if not one of the best in the NFL. It's like this guy. It's literally like I remember I bet against them. And I'm like, I'm not about to keep betting against them because I'm gonna tell you why. Russell Wilson is a guy that plays like he's in the backyard. He'll get chased forever and then find somebody and throw like a 50-yard bomb and stuff like that. I definitely respect
scramble drill. That is what it's called. It's actually a thing you can practice, and I'm sure they do that.
Yeah, because it's like this guy, man. Russell Wilson is something else. So you pretty diverse on your college football. basketball and everything like that. But I'm about to ask you this: if you had to say, if you had to choose let's look in the last. No, you can. I'll let you go back to the Hurricanes. I'll let you go back to the 2000 Hurricanes. Right. If you had to choose one of the most dominant college football teams that you've seen, and it can even be for 1 year.
You're talking about that I played against or
no, that you've seen, that you've actually seen from 2000 on up.
Got to go 2002 Miami Hurricanes, man.
So you're gonna go with the America? So you're gonna go with the Canes?
Man, I'm going with that. You talking about what 13 or 15 first rounders?
Let's see if you can name some of them. Vince Wilfork,
Antrell Roll,
Clayton Portis,
Ed Reed,
Andre Johnson.
Oh, who's the linebacker? Oh, yeah. Golly, Andre Johnson. Roscoe Parrish, I believe, as well.
Yeah. Roscoe Parrish. Dorsey. Dorsey, right? Ken Dorsey. Ken Dorsey.
Give me Clint. Give me Clint Portis.
There I say Clint. Sean Taylor on that team, too.
Sean Taylor. Yeah, Sean Taylor. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's ridiculous.
He was a young boy. He didn't even play.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm like, wait, hold on.
He barely got playing time.
Sean Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
The linebacker number 52.
Phillip Buchanan.
Ray Lewis, too.
Phillip Buchanan as well from the Raiders. All pro. I mean, we talking about a lot of dudes that went first round, man. Like, you talking about the boy from Denver. I forget his name, man. But he was a monster as well.
Yeah. And some of the names I'll do out there probably didn't go first round, but we know those guys got drafted and they got Shockey, too.
Shockey.
I'm like, that's sick. Now, that's recruiting.
The other tight end as well, the boy with his daddy, Winslow. Winslow was there, too. They were there at the same time at one point. I mean, come on, man.
And you know it's funny because I know nothing. I'm not saying Nick Saban, so don't go back and try to say that I said that he's done anything. But I think whenever you sit back and you look at this, they might try to hit Alabama with something because it's like this guy literally gets everybody once.
Right.
Remember what Pete Carroll was doing? They had Reggie Bush's mom an apartment and house. We gotta think about
$350,000 home or something. Yeah, I remember all that.
Then you had it up in Ohio State, but this goes back to this, and I've said this forever. I think college players deserve to get paid.
Undoubtedly. It's slavery right now. It's indentured servitude.
And you know what? Guess what? So Arthur Blank, he's like, I just built this new stadium in Atlanta. Guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to have Alabama fans and I'm going to have Florida State fans and I'm going to sell this out. And guess what? College, I'm going to give y'all a chunk, but really I'm winning. I'm winning big time. Oh, yeah, then I'm going to have another game played the next week. Oh, and then when the playoff game, bring it back over here too. So it's like,
I'm eating.
Look, these guys are selling out, but you mean tell me guys only have ramen noodle packets in their room, probably only have Kool-Aid, some water, stuff like that, but you got coaches receiving $8 million. Coaches are receiving $8 million checks. $8 million checks?
We used to struggle, man. We used to struggle. And that led to a lot of people making bad decisions as well. When the only food you got to eat is in the cafeteria and maybe they might run out, you got to take stuff back to your room. I mean, you live in like a second-class citizen.
So you've seen it because you lived it.
We lived that life, man. I'm talking about I'm waking up at 6 a.m. to go work out. Mm-hmm. From 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. at night, I'm on the call. As far as football, as far as school is concerned, that's a job, man. That's worse than a job as far as time that you consumed with, as far as football goes, man. I mean, you pouring your whole life into it. And for them not to give you any kind of compensation, and you can see the ticket sales, you can see your jersey getting sold, millions of people. So if you got a big college like Alabama, I mean, come on, man. You got to get some of that pie. You have to.
It's funny because I said it. It's like, this how messed up college is. NCAA. NCAA is this screwed up. After the game, if I'm Trent Richardson or I'm any star, any college athlete, you ain't got to be Division 1, 2, 3. Right. It don't even matter.
Any level.
If a fan say, "Hey, I want your autograph," I say, "Okay, well, give me $1, give me $5 for it." They're gonna get in trouble for that. But you mean to tell me I can sign my autograph, put it in a little memorabilia shop or the little whatever shop they have, and they can sell my autograph for $25, for $30, $40-something, $1,000 if they know that I'm Andrew Luck or something like that, and they get money.
Caught up like that.
They get money, and I can't make money off myself. It's crazy. But a lot of an argument that I've actually heard is people will say, well, you can't do that because then these guys they'll just all try to go to the school that's getting the most money. So I think that's where it's kind of fuzzy. Like, how would you allocate the money? How would you allocate the money?
I think that's kind of contrary. I think you kind of talk out of both ends of your mouth when you say that, because as the situation is currently constructed, that is what kids are doing. They're going to the schools with the most money. Right now, that's what they're doing. Okay. Alabama has more money than Florida A&M, right? That's why they got all 5-star kids. I mean, that's what it is. Our facilities, our coaching staff, our recognition.
So you saying, what do you mean?
What do you mean? You know what I mean? It is constructed that way right now.
So do you think the NCAA should set up somewhat probably a budget for players? Because, you played and I'm pretty sure there's been times you was like, man, I'm hungry, but I got a coach just making $2 million and stuff like that, and we the ones who actually getting them a job. Like Dabo Swinney, I think, got the highest paid coaching staff. Like he got assistants making $2 million and stuff like that. But it's like, it's like, come on, like. Really?
They making money hand over fist, man. Like, and everybody can see it, and it's really a kick in the face if you're a player when you're seeing all these dollar signs and you're seeing these people living extravagant lives, and you have no guarantees on your future as a college athlete.
You get hurt,
you have nothing, and you don't have to renew your scholarship. By the way, they're yearly scholarships. They're not 4-year scholarships.
I didn't even know that.
No, you get it per year.
So you're saying even the stars,
man, if you're not performing that first year, you out of here, dude. I got another guy that'll come in and will fulfill that amount of scholarships that we have to have required for us to meet our quota.
Wow.
That's what we do. It's a numbers game. If you're not adding up, you're gone. Your future don't matter. Are you a student athlete or are you an athlete student at that point?
I think you're an athlete student in general. Like people say, no, that's crazy. You're a student athlete. You're here to get your education. No, I'm not. Yes, I am here to get my education. But if I'm here to get my education, then why, when an NCAA tournament, why y'all got me missing class and stuff to go play in these tournament games?
Tell them that.
How about I tell my coach, like, no, I'm not going. I want to actually go study for my English exam and stuff like that. You know, or I got practice. No, I can't, coach. I really have an important science exam that I got to study for. Just imagine if, like I said it, just imagine if Tim Tebow was like, you know what? Nope, I'm not playing that championship game because I got a finals just coming up, or, that was in January, so they're probably going to break. But it's like, no, I want to actually study for my class that's about to come up, or something like that. Maybe did a project. Maybe he did a travel.
Study abroad.
Maybe anything. Tim Tebow, how would you feel for the ones out there? Because I know it's people out there that's like, they're crazy for saying it. How would you feel if Tim Tebow would do that? Remember, he's a student athlete. So school comes first.
Right.
But not according to them. They ain't having that.
No.
Irvin like, are you crazy? You better get to this game. Like, I'm about to have somebody go find you. You're not standing there, bro. We need you to win this game.
We have obligations.
More money, more.
Yeah, definitely.
It is crazy. It's definitely crazy, man. But we definitely had a good time, chopping it up and everything. You definitely got to come on more often whenever you get a chance. So, like I always say, it ain't about who said it first. It's about who got it right.